Dart Zone Scorpion, a product of Prime Time Toys, which is set for official release to a store shelf near you this fall, scored highly with our experts who arrived at a general consensus that the Scorpion comes with quite a sting. Probably the most stinging characteristic about the Covert Ops Scorpion is its value. With a price tag of just $19.99, this heavy-duty yet relatively compact blaster, powered by 6 AA batteries, comes with 20 super darts, which can be loaded and fired through its machine-like bandolier belt. With this style and complexity of blaster, being an automatic 20-dart Gatling blaster, $20 is almost unheard of. But the comparable Airzone Quickfire, for instance, more than doubles the asking price of the Scorpion, but its performance surely doesn't mimic its cost. The Scorpion's compact size is also a striking characteristic. In comparison to the Nerf Vulcan, a blaster with similar features and firing action, the Scorpion is much more maneuverable, manageable, and lightweight. It lines up at about half the length of the Vulcan and tips the scales at about 1/3 of its weight, measurements that don't call for a tripod stand like its Nerf counterpart. This type of mobility in a high-yield automatic blaster is recognizably uncommon and an advantage for those warriors who prefer to be on the run while having good blaster output. The Scorpion's size does have its disadvantages too, especially if it's being wielded by anyone over the age of 10. We found its handling points, its trigger handle and top-mounted grab bar, to be quite small for our hands, and its trigger region to be congested as well. It's not every day that grown-ups wage blaster war, but we'd prefer a bit more space for non-adolescent hands and fingers. Another design quirk worth mentioning is the placement of the Scorpion's on-off switch. Located on the left side plate, it's nearly impossible to use with one hand, making it a bit cumbersome to free up a hand in order to control power. As far as the Scorpion's aesthetic makeup, gray, orange, and military green qualify as pretty ordinary in our book, although a cut above the typical color and luster characteristics of value brand blasters, Dart Zone Scorpion just doesn't quite approach the look and feel that you get with Nerf and Boomco, whether it's the plastic, its inferior looking sticker, or the seemingly out of place etchings on the Scorpion's shell, or perhaps even the sum of all of its ergonomic defects. The point is, the Scorpion pales in comparison to Nerf appearance-wise. In our performance tests, the Scorpion soared in the area of range to the tune of 70 feet on a consistent basis. The packaging promised such, and it delivered plus some. We measured 75 feet on a couple of occasions and anticipated even higher results if we would have increased our arc angle. The Scorpion's exceptional range can be credited at least in part by very high dart velocity. On average, its darts traveled 95 feet per second and even eclipsed a whopping 100 feet per second on one occasion. Its lightweight super darts fly at high speeds, and although it tends to compromise accuracy, the type of speed that the Scorpion exhibits is rare with the blasters we've tested. The Scorpion's unparalleled range is in fact countered by its rate of fire and accuracy as mentioned, but don't let its slow rate of fire fool you. We actually found it to be an advantage. Although it only fires roughly 1.2 darts per second, the delay can be useful in adjusting your fire. This is even a necessary feature in our calculation because of its poor accuracy. We did find a couple of hassles with the Scorpion's design, namely the effort and time it takes to reload. This does come with the territory of Gatling blasters, but a belt extension or maybe a place to store extra rounds on the gun itself or as an accessory could prove useful. Along the same lines, we found the Scorpion's super darts subject to fallout, or in other words, prone to falling out of their respective compartments, especially if the person manning the blaster is on the move. To avoid fallout, the user has to keep the blaster upright, and as you can imagine, this isn't always an option in the heat of battle. It would be nice to be able to transport the Scorpion upside down and not risk losing all of the ammo. The Scorpion's fun factor perhaps trumps all. It's a high-performance blaster at a low cost, and there's just something about an automatic Gatling-style blaster that makes it especially fun. Without the excess enhancers that can actually make things more difficult, the Scorpion is basic enough to enjoy and not be distracted by gadgets and gizmos. This blaster certainly fits the bill for an affordable and unique blaster that can perform in a league above its pay grade. This powerful performer has our seal of approval, and we anxiously await its arrival to stores this fall.